Woohoo! That's pretty cool. This is a new setup. This ought to be fun. Never done a live stream before. Probably won't ever again. Who knows? All right. Hey, buddy. Did you come join me? Huh? I got both of you. Come here. There we go. You say hi? You gonna help me with my build? Because it's Halloween. So we're gonna build some stuff. Okay. Hey, Alexander. All right, baby girl. I'm going to go ahead and put you down. Meow, meow. Oh. And let's start building this HYPR. There we go. I'm going to be going off the instructions. So if you see me looking up here, I'm looking at the instructions for this HYPR. All right. So let's go and get started with that O-ring. And we're looking for the base print. I have a couple of these. Yeah, that's the one that I made. So this one should be the collated base print. I believe we're supposed to go with the O-ring in here. And that goes inside there. Or something along those lines. We'll figure it out as we go along. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We're going to get our O-ring. Put it in there. And the other side. And if memory serves, this should be kind of that bumper that the plunger kind of rams itself against, keep the 3D parts from breaking. I think this is the second HYPR that I've made. The first HYPR I made was like a year ago. I don't even remember like even how to build it. So I'm going to be relying on these instructions to help me out. Okay. So that's how he wants us to do that. There. And there. We want that the other direction. Yeah. And that goes in there. Beautiful. We can kind of just push that around until it fits, I'm supposing. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get a nice good air seal. Good. Angry kitty noises. Yes. She cries to be held, and then she cries when she gets held. Put in a couple of 440 screws, and these pieces should be done. We may have to kind of drive these screws a little bit first. Okay. Okay, there we go. Adjust my camera slowly so that you can see what I'm actually doing. See if we can get that thing down there. So I got that base print. We got that first O-ring wedged in there nice. And now we're just getting this barrel put on. But I'm going to go ahead and drive these screws into these holes first. If we can get it to go in. There we go. All right. Much better. Make sure we get the front side on the front side. I don't think it really matters. Not with this one. Let's go ahead and get those shoved together. And nice and sealed up. Worst case scenario, we can always loosen it up a little bit and adjust the barrel. That's really what we're more concerned about. Yeah, because this can go quite a bit in there. Much better. Now for this build, I'm using this silver. Where did I get this silver? I think this is the last of the Hatchbox silver PLA that I used. Yeah. So this isn't the Gizmo Dorks. It might be the same stuff. Some kind of PLA. It's not silky silver though. It's meant to be the more industrial PLA. And then this is definitely Gizmo Dorks. This is the bronze PLA. And this has like actual bronze in the filament. I really like the texture of this. So it should be a fun one once it's all put together. It should look real nice. All right. So we want about 1/2 inch. There we go. That's better. I don't trust my eyes to eyeball those measurements anymore. Maybe 15 years ago. Not nowadays, though. Hey, buddy. You want to come up here? You want to come up here? Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on. Oh. You gonna help me build this? Want to help me build? Hey, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. The sight, the hearing, then the rest of the joints. Mal. Good girl. All right. Let's see where we're at next. Plunger tube. See that? Right there? We're going to put this on here. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. No. You're good right here. You're good right here. There you go. There you go, pal. Good boy. Yeah. Okay, what's next? We got this piece. Watch out. Now we're going to put this piece. No. We're going to put this together. See that? Look at that. Is that better? No, you can't eat it. You can't eat it. Don't eat it. Good boy. Good boy. Coffee's not for kitties. I have treats for you here. Here, hold this. Here you go. Good boys get treats. Good boys get treats. Good boy. What's up? Meow. Daddy's just trying to build his HYPR. She can certainly try. They know who feeds them. All right, we're going to go ahead and set that part to the side. Now we're going to move to the plunger. O-ring on the plunger. And hey, don't chonk out so much. Gonna ruin your appetite. You're gonna make yourself sick. What's gonna happen? This should be pretty easy. One of the things I love the most about Slug's designs is he uses a lot of the same hardware in each one of them. Like these 440 screws are amazing. I wish every build used these same screws. There we go. Oh yeah. That's nice and strong too. I like it. I like it. Do I want to put anything under that O-ring? Let's see here. Ooh. I almost forgot these. An important part of the costume. Yeah. Cower before the might of Thor. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You want to get down? Let Daddy get back to work? Nope. Still hungry. Okay. Let's see here. And let's go ahead and lube and assemble. Ha. Chunky assemble. Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this all nice and sealed. See how that fits. Kiri, did you come to join us? Did you come to join us? Good girl. You want some treats? You want some treats too? Okay. Okay, we'll get you some treats. There you go, pal. Keep going. We'll get you treats. We'll get you treats. All right. Yes, trick or treat. I don't see why not. There you go. Oh, much better. Now, where were we? Okay. One of these days, I will figure out how to get these webcams just right. This is the first live stream, so bound to be some growing pains. Cat spoiling in progress. Yes, I know. But it's easier than listening to them cry. This is lube. That is not lube. It even says right on it, not lube. Have to make these things clear. Yeah. Go around the inside of here. A little bit of slug slime. Silicone oil. Okay. That works. Zero air seal. Let's see what we can do about that. Well, going from one direction to the other sounds pretty good. Which means we're going to have to put something under the O-rings. Well, I think we're up to that challenge. Not a lot. Just enough to take advantage of the plunger volume. If I can find my plumber's tape. Oh, that's right, I'm out. No. Oh, no. Oh, that's the worst. I'm out of plumber's tape. Yeah, that's okay. I got something else in here. That'll work. I got duct tape. I got silicone tape. I got every tape but plumber's tape. Wow. There's a wrinkle. And not the wrinkle cats either. Although someday I swear we will get a wrinkle. We will get a wrinkle cat. A sphinx cat, hairless cat. Electrical tape, I could try electrical tape. That would work. I just don't like the sticky resin that electrical tape leaves behind. Hey, George. Long time no see. Let's see if this one works. It's an X ring. It might give me a little bit of a better seal. Oh, yeah. You can hear it. It's not a perfect seal, but you know what? For what this particular piece is, and for not having any actual plumber's tape, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. So, one of the things that is a holdover from some of my former lives is my little box of tools that I have here. And just old habit is to just collect old parts, unused parts, spare parts. So I just have a ton of random O-rings that come in handy for situations just like this, where you need a O-ring miracle. And the nice thing is, if I do want to later on, I can go down to Ace or whatever, go to the hardware store, grab some plumber's tape and seal that up. This is an easy one to take apart and do that with. But for today, you know what? It's Halloween. I don't care. We're good. Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for jumping on the stream. I was going to do Kratos today, but the face paint didn't quite work out. So I am doing Bro Thor. complete with the hammer. But we're getting this guy built here. It'll be a small little hammer prime single shot. And then maybe later on, if I have the energy, we'll start putting together the Chimera Mk7 I have printed here. That one's a much bigger build. That's going to take a lot more time. All right. There we go. Get focused back down here. So we got that. All right. So yeah, I think that's shaping up pretty nice right there. Maybe later on we put some silicone glue, Gorilla Glue, and kind of seal that plunger tube down. Like I said, for today, it's perfect. It's exactly what we need. All right. Now this is where it's going to really start looking fun. So we're going to start putting some of these other pieces on here. So you got this guy and that one. Oh yeah. Look at that. Excellent. Now we bring in the yoke. Get that yoke in here. Come on. And this is where it's always kind of like, is something not going to fit? Is something not the right size? Because we can see here, it's not quite fitting. It's not quite fitting just right. That's fine, because most likely it's that plunger tube that's just a little bit too long. So we're just going to have to trim a little bit off the top. And not much. I'd say if anything, what, maybe a millimeter? Yeah, we'll start with a millimeter. Shave a millimeter off that plunger tube. All right. This next part may cause friction and heat. So we're going to take off the wig. So we can get out the old trusty Dremel. Okay, bro, Thor. Let's take that off. Want the cutting tool? Yeah, I'll take the cutting tool. All right. And before anything else, get the oil out of the inside. Okay, that should be clean. Clean enough, that is. All right, that might be a little bit wider than 1 mil. It should be enough. At least give me a place to get started. This doesn't need to be perfectly exact, which is nice. So I'm intentionally going to cut too little off and then sand it the rest of the way in to get that nice fit. Yeah. That should be good. Ooh. This is probably one of the best investments I have ever made. Was this Dremel tool. Okay. Perfect. All right. Ouch. That one hurt. It's not a true blaster build unless you've bled at least a little bit. But not in the eyes. That's why I got the eye pro. Never in the eyes. That's the worst. I don't know if any of you have ever done any brass barreling, brass breeches, anything like that. Alexander, I'm sure you probably have. That's always one of the worst things about working with brass is the cuts. Or if you're ever reaming out some brass, you get little brass shavings in the eye. That's the worst too. Hey, Tyler, I see you out there. Thanks. Yay. I like plastic shavings in my coffee. Still coffee. Still gonna drink it. Okay. That's better. A little messy, but I think we got our point across. I'll get the sandpaper out and we'll smooth it up. Get all nice and even. Although it really doesn't need to be that even, realistically. Because with this O-ring in the front, I can take care of most of that. We really just need it even in the back. Just checking for fit. Not going to assemble it just yet. Getting there. Getting there. Measure twice, cut once. Learned that lesson the hard way too many times. Work. And this 400. Okay. Where is my hobby knife? It's not up here. It's downstairs because we were carving pumpkins. I'm going to have to go grab that real quick. I will be right back. Didn't find the hobby knife, but I did find the pumpkin. That's a bummer. I don't remember where I set that down. Suppose the memory is one of the first things to go. Yeah. We went to the pumpkin patch yesterday. So I spent the evening carving pumpkins. That's what that turned out as. A little cat silhouette. And then I coated the inside with UV reactive paint. So we'll see how it turns out under the black light tonight. Should be kind of fun. It's right there. It's right there all along. So what happens? What happens? Okay. There we go. That's looking a little better. Still got a ways to go. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah. Now this is the part of Blaster building that you don't get to see. in all the time-lapse videos and whatnot. Because usually a segment like this, I'll compress down into, you know, maybe like 2 or 3 seconds in one of my build videos. This is the part that I find relaxing. It's kind of this monotonous, not really monotonous, but just more relaxed agenda. Okay. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Getting there, though. We're almost there. Just need to take a little bit more in. Dremel it down some more. I think it's going to be the best way. All right, let's get loud again. This time, let's go with something a little different. Yeah, maybe this will work. Hey, how you doing? Yes, my wall of blasters over there. Some of them you may have seen some from the build videos. Some of them I built a long, long time ago before I started making videos. That's my collection of foam flinging goodness. Right now I am building a HYPR. So we got a couple of bits going on here, but I have to shrink down this plunger tube just a little bit. It's just a little bit too long. I hear you. Yeah. Building that was it was a project about a year and a half ago. I reorganized the whole office. I had to clean it up, get some negative energy out of here, and built that. Just I don't know. It probably took me about a weekend, and I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. Just a couple 2x4s and some pegboard. But here eventually I want to expand it. I want to build it so it's taking up half this wall up above the tool chest, and then taking up the rest of this wall over in here. That way I don't have blasters all over the floor. Beth has been pushing me to do that for a while. I've just been putting it off. I think the longest part of it was just sourcing the pegboard itself, because lumber is so weird nowadays. All right. I'm trying not to stab myself with the hobby knife. It's getting there. We still got a ways to go. We'll get this shrunk down. That way we can fit that on that HYPR. Okay. Let's see where we fit now. Okay. That's good. Get any burrs off there. I thought I got most of the parts finishing done beforehand, but I was just focused on the 3D printed parts. I didn't even think about the polycarb tube. So let's see where it sits. And cap up the knife there. Okay. Oh, so close. So close. So close. That's why we're working it in. Like I said before, better take too little than too much. Purely functional mod. This is just a purely functional build. I'm not going for anything too high FPS. It's going to be a Captain Slug HYPR by the time everything's said and done. So, but I noticed when I was putting all this together, the plunger tube itself is just slightly too long, just for the parts to fit together. come on. Just get in there long enough so I can test you out. Yeah. So what I'm looking at is right here. I don't know if I can get that in the camera. There we go. So we have just a slight bit of a gap between this yoke piece and the rest of the parts because this plunger tube is just slightly too long. So we're just taking some material out of the plunger tube. We should be back in business. Okay. Kind of went ham there for a second. I think we got enough stuff off here. Oh yeah. We took some more of that barrel material out of the way, or plunger tube out of the way. We'll do some sanding, get it finished up a little bit, and we'll see how it fits. Okay. That freaked me out. We have the little cat feeders set up to go off every day at 2. And yeah, it's right about that time, isn't it?
Here, kitty, come and get it.
Okay. There it is. Yoke. How does that sit? Oh, so close. So close. All right. At this point, we are so close, though, I'm going to do just the sandpaper. I'm not going to go back to the drill. Ooh. almost time for a coffee break here soon. Okay. So just a little bit more. All right. I will say this. Blaster building is good for the physique. I mean, maybe not here, but that's more age than anything else. Oof. All right, let's test it out. See if this fits. There we go. Oh yeah, I can already tell right now, like how flush that is. This is the one. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Now we'll relubricate everything and be back on track. Oh yeah. Yeah, right there. Nice. Nice. That one's not quite as tight as I want it to be, but I'm okay with that. That'll be fine. We may have to swap out a 440 for maybe something a little bit longer. But I think we're ready to seal that all together. Very nice. It's all part of the journey. Okay. Back on schedule. Let's get this relubricated. Now that we've made some modifications. Not really, it's parts finishing. Parts finishing is what it is. That's not lube. This one's lube. A little bit of slug slime, some silicone oil. I'm going to put a little bit around here on this X-ring. Because we got a little bit of polycarb dust on it. Now polycarb mud. On this X-ring. Can't remember where I got that. Maybe this was when I built the F-Tech. This might have been from when I built the F-Tech. Had an extra X-ring. So that was one of the few builds that had actual X-rings in it. I think it was that one. I can't remember anymore. Okay. Get some lubrication on the X-ring. Oh yeah. What I love about this is now I can actually feel the air coming out of the barrel. And when I plug up the barrel, it's not a perfect seal, but I can actually feel the resistance. You can hear the air escaping some other way, which, I mean, a little bit of Teflon tape, we should fix that. I just happened to run out today, which is unfortunate. I may take a break after we finish this one and before I start on the Chimera. I might take a break and go run and grab some more Teflon tape. I think there's an Ace Hardware that still might be open today. Okay, let's get this all together. I don't think there's anything left to do besides put it together. Keep thinking there's some other step I'm forgetting. But no, we have arrived. That was the whole point of the exercise. That's why we did all this. Just to get to this part right here. That sounds like Discord. Hello, folks on Discord. All right, come on. One 440 screw. 2 440 screw. Okay, come on. There we go. Much better. We'll give that just a little bit of play for right now, until we get the rest of the blaster together. But it's starting to shape up now. Actually looks like something. I'm okay with this. Okay. Next comes the camera. So I need these 3 pieces. That's what we want right there. There it goes. Okay. This is that bronze PLA. I used this before. I actually used it on one of my little jolt mods. Yeah. This was the first one that I used it with. This turned out really good too. I actually kind of like the fit of it. It's a fun little jolt reskin. Turned out really well. That was the first build that I tested this bronze with, and then I went ham with it on the Venturi I built, and now we're using it for this little HYPR. Hey, Troy. Pew pew. Yes, we are making a hyper pew pew today. Figured do something special for Halloween. Alexander, yes. This bronze came from Gizmodorks, and it does have actual, it's like bronze or copper. I think it's bronze. Let me check the box. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Maybe it's that one. It's copper. Yeah, it's copper infused. So it does have a little bit of a rougher texture to it, but not anything more so than, say, any of your like Vertigo filaments, where it has those little flux mixed in. All right, that's nice and solid there. Good. Okay, I see what we're doing next. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, that copper PLA is a little bit rougher in the texture, but like when I built this Venturi, most of your actual parts that you would touch were done in that jade, and then I left the other parts that aren't normally, touched with the skin in that copper. I don't know. We'll find out. With it being an X ring instead of a standard O ring for this one, I don't anticipate it being that much of an issue, because it's not going to actually be like, being rough around with it. And especially if I put some Teflon tape underneath later on, it should eliminate that issue. Should being the operative word there. We'll never know until we find out. But yeah, I don't think this copper's any rougher than any other tough or matte PLA. Not that I can tell, just from my hands. All right. Now we're moving on to the next part here, where we're actually going to start putting together the grip pieces. We got the trigger, we got the rest of the hammer, and we got a rail piece. And a special knuckle duster, or the knuckle duster, is what it's labeled on Thingiverse as. Do we have a cat up here? Do we have one? I think he may have ran off. Probably came in and gobbled up all the kibble and then ran out. We'll see if they come back on screen. That's all the deeper that goes. Yeah. I'll just leave it like that. Well, it's a loose fit. So right now we're taking 2 of these short pins, which was a Slug Design favorite. And I'm checking them as they fit in here, because I believe this is where we start. Yeah, that's where the trigger is going to eventually swing from. So we want them to be nice and loose. More waddled than ran. Yes, that would be Rorschach. Rorschach is he's my cat. The other 2 are hers. I mean, they're ours, but yeah, Rorschach. He's 21 pounds now. He's a big boy, really big boy. I've been trying to get him to kind of work it off all summer. Hasn't worked, but we try. So let's go ahead and see what we got next. This piece is now going to go into here. There we go. And we may need to start these holes a little bit first. There we go. And back that out. And we do the second. Oh, man. Well, we may have to actually drill this one out. Especially here. That's the one thing about 3D printing is you never know how a part's going to turn out. Come on. There we go. BNNWC. BNNWC. Bearded Nerd Nerfers with Cats. I love it, Troy. Do it. That is awesome. BNNWC. Bearded Nerd Nerfers with Cats. I like it. I may have to change the name of the Discord server. Bearded Nerd Nerfers with Cats, just for you, Troy. All right. Screw number 1 is in. You know, another thing that I like that Slug is doing now is the black hardware. Absolutely love it because it fits just perfect for this build with the gray, silver, and the copper here. Like the barrel, we can get the barrel aluminum. That's fine. I don't care about that. But the black hardware just really ties it together. I like it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling that roughness right there. You can hear that. But that's not That's not friction on the X-ring, though. That's just a little bit of friction right there between the plunger and the yoke. So that's fine. That can rub. And it's not like we're going for performance here. If I want a 300 FPS blaster, I got 2 of them sitting back there. I'm good. This is just for a little office pew-pew. Okay. What do we got next? Now, I'm actually following Slug's instructions up here because there's so many different blasters. I don't remember how to build each one. I'm just following Slug's instructions just step by step. Up here on my second screen. And it looks like next we are attaching the grip. That makes sense. Another thing I like about Slug, he always sends extra hardware. And I swear at this point I have enough 1032 nuts and 440 screws. I could build a caliber from scratch, I swear. Okay, maybe only a Talon claw, but still. I love that he sends extra hardware. Okay. Well, that's starting to look a little bit more pew-pew. I'm okay with this. Gotta go work on my Nerfalorian get up. Nice. Nice. Take care, Troy. Ooh, missed opportunity. This is the way, Troy. Okay. Okay, I see. I see. All right. Sometimes I have to remind myself how these things actually go together. So that's good there. And then this guy should be doing something like this. Right? Yeah. Where's that hole? Where's the hole? I swear I usually don't have this much trouble. There's all kinds of uncoordinated. This is just not wanting to stay in the hole. Again, usually don't have this much trouble. There we go. That's better. There we go. That's better. I believe we do put a short pin in here. You are going to be the death of me. I feel like I should end that sentence with Anakin. You're going to be the death of me, Anakin. This is the way. All right. That's better. That took some work. Not gonna lie. That took some work. That took effort. You could say maximum effort. All right. Nice. Whew. No. Almost done. Really, at this point, the rest of it's just reassembly. Hardest part's already done, I think. Next, we just got to put all the other pieces on, and I think we'll be done. If I can get everything in the proper holes. Again, don't usually have this problem. Okay. And just like before, we're going to drive these screws first, because this silver PLA, I don't know if it just expanded a little bit when it printed. Or maybe it's just the nature of these holes. Could also be the nature of my print, because I do print 5 walls or 5 perimeters. So that's entirely possible. But it caused these 440 screw holes just to be extremely tight. And you know, I'm not one to complain about a tight fit. When it comes to screws. At this point, geez. See, I'm just drilling at that point. That wasn't even twisting the screw. That should work. There. There you go. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. That's a nice combination. The metallics. And with the black hardware, it really just pulls it all together. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. We're just going to keep that out for a little while. Oh, come on. That'll be good enough for now. We'll put the elbow grease in when we put it together. Or not. Sometimes my hands and my brain operate independently. I was not intending to actually drill that out again, but somewhere my subconscious said, nope. All right. Good. Put these back in here. Let me get this out here where you guys can see it. This pin here for the trigger. This pin for the camera. There we go. Come on. If for just once everybody could get into their proper holes. When it comes to this kind of stuff, sometimes you just got to get creative and lucky. I swear, I don't have this trouble. I'm usually pretty good about getting things to fit. Oh, come on. Oh, you're almost there. You're almost in. All right. Let's try plan B. Are we not doing phrasing anymore? Are we doing phrasing? Ha! Success! Just took effort. And that's okay. Ah, yeah. Nice. Okay. Almost there. Now they got the griddle put on. Really starting to look like a nice little hammer prime pistol. That color combo looks like something out of a sci-fi Old West. Like Yul Brynner would be wielding it. Oh, that's an old reference. Some of you may not get that one. Ouch. It is, yeah. This is the HYPR, HYPR, from Captain Slug. Great little blaster, especially if you're just getting into 3D printing. This is a fantastic little one. The interesting thing about this one is it does not use springs. This one's going to be elastic powered. So we're not going to get super high performance out of it, even though it has just some fantastic plunger volume. I mean, I think maybe 80 FPS tops. I don't think we're going to get much better than that. This is what we need next. Slowly work the 2 holes in the grip left print onto the 2 exposed short pins. This is the only annoying step in the instructions. You know, I could have used that like 10 minutes ago. Thanks. He's not wrong. That was annoying. So we've secured the grip left print using 3/440 screws. 1, 2, 3. Good. And now we're just putting the rest of the camera. I'm going to try to use the proper terms for anyone that might be following along. There we go. I'm not going to do anything too fancy with this one. If you're going to say anything fancy about it, I have printed an extra little accessory to go with this guy. This is just going to be a fun little one for the wall. I might keep this in the work desk. This might be my cubicle holdout blaster. Paint some orange up on the tip of it. I'd be comfortable taking that to work. Okay, see where we are next. Da, da, da. Yes, we have the camera retention. Now we're just putting some short pins into this guy. And we're just going to push them in there. Use the solid wood table to try to push those in for as good as I did. All right. And just like so, we now have a Picatinny top rail. I like how Captain Slug didn't reinvent the wheel with this one, because this is just the rail print from, I think, the Armax or the Caliburn. The Armax shroud, Railgasm shroud. It's a part that he's used before, which I think is fantastic. All right, there we go. Got a nice little offset in the color combo there. I didn't go too crazy with the colors. So we just got the silver and the copper in there. Ah, that's right. Then we have this last piece right here that we're going to put on here before we thread it all together. And this is the knuckle duster. And there's kind of a little accessory cosmetic mod off Thingiverse. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like it. I like it. Oh, isn't that nice? Heck yeah. A perfect little sci-fi-esque office holdout blaster. I love it. That looks fantastic. Okay, I think the only thing that's left here now is I'm going to throw the elastic bits on. Well, we throw the elastic bits on, and then we should be good to go. We got elastic. We got elastic. And we have shorter elastic. Perfect. Now we got to thread this through. Hopefully this copper. Keep calling it bronze. Why do I keep calling it? Probably because it's a dark color copper. I think copper, I think like that shiny red metallic copper. I see this, I think bronze. That's what it is. There we go. So the trick with this one is I'm threading this short elastic cord through my knuckle duster, the main grit piece or your griddle, grip griddle, and the trigger all at the same time. I want it to go through all three pieces. And then we're going to give it a nice knot on one end. Actually, do it on this end instead. Come on, fingers. Give it a nice overhand knot. Get that nice and taut. Test it to make sure it doesn't slip back through the hole. And then kill it with fire. A little bit of flush cutters, because that smells like burnt rubber. Lovely. A little bit more fire. And what we're doing is we're just trimming it so that way there's as little excess as possible while still keeping that knot as solid as possible. We don't want anything from this to interfere with the other operations of the blaster. So that looks nice there. We're going to just pull that nice and tight. Not too tight. We're not stretching it to its max. But we do want to pull it so that way there's some resistance. And the same thing. I'm just doing a nice overhand knot. Pulling that as tight as we can. Now I test it, and I can see it already. That's too loose. So I can see that knot just fall right out of the hole. And the idea is we want a little bit of resistance so that way that trigger is nice and snappy. So I'm going to just throw another knot right underneath it. Just to make that a big super knot. Sweet, one more. Just keep going with the knots. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Nice. In a worst case scenario, I just tighten another knot in there. That's fine. Let's go ahead and trim that. Kill it with fire. That one I don't mind leaving a little tail on it. We may always end up throwing another knot in there, depending on the trigger pull. All right. Yeah, I remember there was a trick with these. I just forget exactly what those were. Take one of the larger loops of elastic under. I do need to knot it first, though, don't I? Instructions unclear. Please advise. No, not really. I'm just going to put a nice overhand there. And move these up a little bit. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. There we go. Nice. Now we do number 2. Get that knot nice and tight. Might have to actually trim this one up a little bit. Very good. No, we want this. Oh, come on. There we go. Perfect. Hell yeah. Look at that. Very nice. Ooh. Unload 2 short darts. I like it. I like it. All right. I'm going to go refill on coffee and maybe grab some snacks. And we'll throw some orange paint on this. Maybe orange paint. Yeah, I want to throw a little bit of orange right up in here and around the barrels. Yeah, probably should. It's the responsible thing to do. If I was thinking about it, I would have just printed the front part of that base in orange, but I wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah, we'll throw some orange enamel in there. And we'll switch gears and start on a Chimera, maybe. Be right back. I have a feeling I forgot something. I'm not quite sure what it is. So good news is I have coffee. Oh yeah. Still not bad. Not bad little blaster. And now we're going to take all this leftover slug hardware and throw it in its proper places. I need to get a bigger parts bin, something that I can really reorganize. All these different little pieces of screws and whatnot. A little bit of orange on the front of that. I think we'll be done with this piece. Some mineral spirits to help with the cleaning process. I don't think there's anything else I need. After this piece. Now we want some really cool lines. There we go. This is always the part that takes a minute, is just figuring out what and how I want to paint this. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't like any of the solutions that I'm coming up with. Normally at this point I would throw music and try to figure out a solution. Not that there's a problem. But I think I might have an idea. Put these guys away. Yeah. I mean, why not? No. No, that's not going to work either. I thought it was an idea. Yeah, let's freehand it. Hammer time? Just about. Oh, yeah. Got the elastic there. I just want to get a nice orange tip on this first. before we release it into the wild. And then I'm going to get started on the Chimera here in a minute. Okay. And we're doing this freehand. Got plenty of it on the barrel too. Sorry if I'm a little quiet right now. This is just concentration. I wasn't planning on doing any heavy painting for this build. But I do enjoy the detail painting. I like it. A lot of fun. All the little details tells a story. Yeah, knew that was going to happen. Called that one. All right. A little bit more orange there. To fix the problem. That kind of hammer time yet. No, this is a... I'm not going to take the hammer to something this pretty. Not unless... Okay. I'm liking that. I'm liking how that is sitting there. I don't know how well this enamel is going to take to the aluminum barrel, but it's better than having no orange whatsoever. Not that this blaster could be mistaken for anything. But I'm trying to mitigate the risk that it would be mistaken for anything. Much better. I'll just get just a little bit around that very, very outer edge. Trying to be careful not to get any in the actual barrel itself, but that's almost impossible. Okay. Very nice. I'll let that set for a second. Let's see how that looks. Nice orange tip. Talk to you later, Alexander. I'll see you on the Discord. Special kind of paint that works better for filament. I mean, your standard acrylics and enamels are going to work great on filament, just the same as you would paint on any other plastic. What you do have to be careful with is where you paint on the filament, because the print lines will bleed the paint, especially if you're using a thinner paint. So like this one that I'm using here is, let's see if we can get that in the, there we go. It's Krylon Shortcuts. So it's an enamel. It's a very thick enamel. And yeah, it shows really, really nice and bright. That's why I like to use it for a lot of my projects, particularly anything that doesn't orange tip. I will usually paint with this enamel. Yeah, it's got a really nice look to it. Let's see. I've used it on a couple of my other builds. So I have like that one there. Just to give it a little bit of orange. I absolutely love the color. The only really big downside is it's just very thick. It's a very thick paint to work with. All right. I'm just cleaning it off in some mineral spirits. I really need to go and do just a major supply run here soon. I don't plan on doing a whole lot of heavy painting over the winter months, but I need to go get some turpentine and acetone, as these mineral spirits aren't cutting it, figuratively and literally. Yeah, it's Krylon Shortcuts, Glow Orange. I found these at, well, we have them up here, Fred Meyer or Kroger. But I grabbed 2 bottles of them, and they're just fantastic. It's lasted me for quite a while. Then I have another one. It's this one's chrome. So for actually painting actual chrome pieces, it's kind of nice. Looks really good too once you paint it. Get a nice good solid coat, and then go over it with some clear coat, some top coat. That's what I did, like this one here. So all of this orange that you see up here was all done with that shortcut. And then I went over it with the clear coat. It really gives a nice set in kind of look to it. Okay. go ahead and set this aside and let it dry. And I feel like getting started on the Chimera. I don't know if I'm going to finish the Chimera today, but I feel like at least putting a dent in it. All right. Something I force myself to do between builds is, kind of just clean up the workspace a little bit. Resets things, resets the brain. So that way you can start thinking about a new project, new build. All right, hyper assembly is done. We're moving on to the Chimera. Install brass inserts. Wow. This could take a while. Maybe I won't do the Chimera today. I might save the Chimera for next weekend. I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off here, guys. But it was fun. We built a nice little blaster. Once things get finished up here, I'll probably go film some shots of this guy over the chronograph and get all that uploaded. But put the wig back on. There we are. Yeah. Okay. Of course, I would just smudge that orange just as I'm putting all this together. Okay, band number 1 and elastic band number 2. Oh, come on. There we go. Trying to do this without smudging the orange, please. Excellent. All right. There it is. The HYPR from Captain Slug. Nice little single shot pistol. All right. But I am done for this afternoon. I'm going to go relax. I'm going to go play with the cats. I will see you all. Thanks for joining.